What's up, Drive-By Movies? It's James here to give you my top 5 movies of 2018. It's a pretty fun year of movies. I mean, everyone took advantage of Movie Pass till that crashed down to the ground. So, yeah, I got to see a lot of movies, not so much towards the end of the year. So, with the movies that I missed towards the end of the year, let's do a little bit of a flashback on what I missed out on that I wish I got a chance to see. First up, I'd say it was Apostle. This movie made its way into Netflix back in October. This movie looked fucking awesome. It's from Gareth Evans, who did The Raid as well as The Raid Redemption. Some of the sickest action movies ever made, and I was so excited that he was doing Apostle with Dan Stevens. I just somehow have not gotten a chance to watch it yet. We're pretty bummed on that one, but hopefully everyone else has checked it out. If you have seen it, put it in the comments and let me know what you thought about the movie. I also really did want to see the directorial debut for Jonah Hill mid-90s. I mean, not like a huge skateboard, but I like to do it for fun as a hobby. And so this looked like it was going to be a hit towards like home and nostalgia for me. So looking forward to seeing that one when it makes its way onto video on demand. 824 is usually pretty trustworthy with all their movies. I'm just bummed that I missed out on that one. And last, I mean, you can see I'm in the Christmas spirit coming towards the end of the year. Another Christmas movie that I really wanted to see but missed out on was Anna and the Apocalypse. Who doesn't like zombie movies? Who doesn't like zombie comedy horror films? But whoa, this one goes up a level, making it a Christmas musical. Yeah, that I just can't believe that this is a real movie. It's been getting great buzz so far, and just because it's so relatively new and it isn't playing at that many theaters, I just never got a chance to check it out. But hopefully I'll see it soon. Going into the top 5 movies of the year, first up really quickly was Mandy. This movie was visually stunning. I did not know what I was going into, did not watch a trailer. I just heard great buzz. Blaise was telling me, oh, this movie's been selling out everywhere it's been playing. And what do you know? I saw it with a sold out crowd. I had to sit in the second row, but it didn't take away from the experience. It's a really cool movie. The visuals reminded me a lot of Hellraiser, and it seems like a lot of people agree with that. But also the soundtrack to the movie and just the eerie darkness and just the cool revenge comedy aspect seen by Nicolas Cage. Like, maybe it's not supposed to be funny, but because it's Nicolas Cage just going full Nicolas Cage insanity, it came off funny, and I was just completely up for the wild ride. It was such a fun movie. Absolutely, definitely go check out Mandy. It's worth a hype. Number 4 on my list is The Sisters Brothers. Joaquin Phoenix and John C. Reilly are a pair I never thought I'd ever see, but coincidentally, they actually have some of the highest rated movies, separate, of course, and makes sense to put them in a movie together. This is a dark comedy Western thriller. It was a really fun movie, and it also reunited Riz Ahmed and Jake Gyllenhaal in the movie also, as they have their own subplot going on as the Sisters Brothers are trying to catch up to them. They're really funny bounty hunters that are trying to get out, but it's just an addiction. It's kind of fun, but also you make a ton of money. And with that, you just get a really fun Western movie when I'm not necessarily always into Westerns, but it's set in the gold rush, and it's not a movie that you get to see very often, and I highly recommend checking that one out. Going way back, this movie almost feels like it came out in 2017. This was Annihilation. This came all the way back out in February. This was a sophomore effort by Alex Garland. I loved Ex Machina, and with Annihilation, he just definitely took it up a notch in terms of visuals, like a lot of red neon lights in Ex Machina, but here just every color was just super bright, and also you have a great story. The characters are really exciting to watch. Great female-led film that I wish during the Me Too movement, or just we don't get enough female characters in film. Why didn't anyone check out Annihilation? This was a fucking fantastic movie to check out. And also just thank you for taking me back into rewatching The Thing for the first time. This movie created one of the just most nightmarishly disturbing creatures I've ever seen in a movie. And even though it's a 5-minute scene, it's a scene that you will not forget. Coming in hot at number 2 is, of course, a sequel. We got Paddington 2. This was the most enjoyable movie of the year. There's no way I could have more fun in the planet watching this movie. I still been watching it nonstop since it came out on Blu-ray. I think I saw it 4 times in theaters. Paddington 2 is just so lovable. And the first one is just a good, fine movie. It's you're just wow, this is way above other children's films. But then the second one just takes it up a notch. It just seems unfair to call this a children's movie when children's movie, you think of Shrek or just Pixar movies. This is just on another level of its own. It's definitely enjoyable for adults as well. I mean, look at me, a 28-year-old guy freaking out over a fucking bear in a trench coat. Hugh Grant plays one of the just funniest villains I've ever seen. I've never really seen that much of Hugh Grant, but I've always heard great hype. But the fact that people say this is his best role to date is insane. You definitely see a lot of different characters coming from him, and it just makes such a great time. Never thought a sequel would make it so high on my list, but definitely check out Paddington 2. The 100% on Rotten Tomatoes is fucking legit. And now for the runner-ups of the year, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to studio comedies this year. Very surprised by how much I enjoyed Game Night, Super Troopers, and Blockers. These are movies that I went in just thinking, oh, they probably showed all the jokes in the trailers, but I had such great times with all three of those movies, and they're all studio funded and studio distributed. Just did not see that coming, so kudos to you guys. And just two other movies that I wanted to squeeze into my top 5, but just they barely missed the cut were Upgrade, solid movie by Lee Winnell, and then also Leave No Trace. Seeing Ben Foster act again after his performance in Hell or High Water, it's just really cool. And just once again, he's just a powerhouse that I wish got more roles. So be sure to check both those movies out. And now for my number one movie of the year. This award goes to Hereditary. I saw Paddington 2 in theaters 4 times. I also saw Hereditary in theaters 4 times. Is this an enjoyable movie to watch? Maybe not so, but there was just so much I really liked about it, whether it was the cinematography, the music, the performances, but also just the story. I just wanted to make sure that like I understood it without having to go to Wikipedia or having to read people's weird theories. I just wanted to keep watching and just trying to develop my own theories on it. And there were plenty of stuff I just never noticed the first couple times I watched it. I was like, oh wow, I can't believe I didn't notice that. Oh wow, I couldn't believe I didn't notice that. It's a really great movie. It horrified the shit out of me. I thought it was the better version of Suspiria this year. If you want to see a Suspiria remake, the remake that came out this year was decent, but a lot of could have been changed. But Hereditary just solidly does that creepiness factor and just times it by 100 in the final 15 minutes, and it's worth the wait getting to those final 15 minutes. That's it for me, folks. Those are the top 5 movies of 2018. 2019, I hope, is a good year. I mean, I'm excited for Godzilla, at least. Let us know what you guys are excited for. Let us know what your top 5 movies of 2018 were. Let us know what you thought of mine. Did I suck? Do I need to quit? That's not happening. We'll see you guys next week. Be sure to check out our other shows, Sequel, the movie, and some other stuff that we'll be cooking into 2019. Cheers, guys.